good evening. It's the East Lyme Water and Sewer Commission meeting, East Lyme Town Hall at 7 o'clock. If we could rise and recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, we have attached to the packet the minutes of the regular meeting of May 26, 2026. I will be abstaining because I wasn't at that meeting that night. But do I hear a motion?
I'll move that the minutes of the May 26th meeting be accepted.
I'll second that.
We have a second. Any discussion on any changes or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? I abstain. Delegations. Do we have any public delegations tonight that would like to address the Board of Selectmen? I'm sorry, the Water Commission. My apologies. We're in the wrong hat.
We got promoted.
Anyone that would like to address the commission? All right. We'll turn to the correspondence log. We did have two items to the East Lyme Water and Sewer Commission. One was from the New London WPCA. It was their meeting agenda. And we had another correspondence from the Waterford Utility Commission, and it was their 5/26/2026 meeting minutes. Those are the only two items on the correspondence log. Next on our list are billing adjustments and disputes. There is one that requires the Commission's approval. It's for 263 Flanders Road, and that's a 1 in 10. There's information in your packet. Ben, do you have any information you want to share on that, or
Yeah, so the application is in the packet.
Mhm.
It looks like it was a flapper on the toilet, something that we've definitely seen before. And it is a commercial property, so I need to bring it before the commission to get approval. But I know that the owner who's here tonight would like to address the commission.
Sure.
Maybe has an alternate request.
Okay,
I'll let him do that.
very good. If you would take the podium and just identify yourself and your address.
Hi, how are you?
Good evening.
My name is Basim Dadal. I'm the owner of the Niantic Star gas station, the Golf gas station
Yes,
at 263 Flanders Road,
yes.
Niantic. I got a problem like I got a bathroom outside. It's not even inside. And this bathroom I never use. I never use in my life. Nobody use. I let all my customers use the inside bathroom. And then the outside bathroom, if you go inside, you see all spider webs all over because we never use it, we never go into it. And one night, a customer, even the door was broken. He broke into the door, and then he went inside and he used the bathroom, but the bathroom, it's not working. The flip lock, it's not working, so he went and used it, and we never pay attention because it happened at night time. And he closed the door after he finished. So since nobody go to the bathroom, we never pay attention to it. And then one day, one of my employee, he heard like running. Then he called me. I told him to go inside. He said the door broke. I said, what do you mean broke? He said somebody broke the lock and he went inside. He went inside and he heard the water running. I told him shut the water from the water, He shut it off. And I thought, that's it, Then suddenly I got a water bill because I don't know how long it's been running. And then suddenly I got a bill from the water department that told me like $8,000. I said, whoa, what's going on here? So I talked to Chris, and he told me he sent somebody to check it, and he put a new meter. Because the old meter, it didn't tell you if there is a leak or anything. Because he bought a new meter for me and then tell me he said, okay, that's the leak from here. So he told me, okay, in order for you to get adjustment, you have to show me the bill that you fix it. I told him, yeah, I have no problem, I'm gonna fix it. I called somebody, the construction guy who did my building, and he came and he changed the whole thing, he changed everything. And then he said, okay, they adjust the water bill, but the sewer, it's like we can't do nothing about it. I told him, but somebody break in, and he broke the lock for me, and I didn't do it. If I do it on purpose, I would say, I'm responsible for it. But somebody who broke in, and I couldn't find out from the camera because it was happening a while ago, and the camera only record 2 weeks, so I couldn't find out who was it to call the police on him or anything. So that's what happened exactly. So if the meter was there, tell me there's a leak, we'll figure out right away. But the new meter they put, it tells you where the leak is. But the old meter I have in my site, it doesn't tell you if there's a leak or anything. But that's why I'm asking you guys, like there is nothing wrong I did to be like all this money, and with this economy right now, it's impossible. The gas prices is way up, and the gas invoice cost me like, instead of 2022, it cost me like 33,000 now. We hardly covering our bill, and I'm gonna pay this at the top of it. I'll be in too much debt. So that's why I'm asking. Like, they fixed the water for me, they give me half, they adjusted a little bit for me, but I'm asking like to adjust the sewer, because as I said before, it wasn't my fault. Somebody break in and he did the damage for me. So
Okay, thank you.
thank you.
So what specifically is the request?
Looking for relief on the sewer portion of the bill.
And how much is that? Is it, I couldn't,
So the spreadsheet is on the back of the application.
on the very back here?
Your typical usage is about 28,000, and the unadjusted bill was 400,000 gallons of water. The water bill was 32.13, and the sewer was 46.11.50. So about $8,000 water bill. Staff made the preliminary adjustment based on the 110 policy to adjust the water usage. We don't adjust sewer on commercial accounts as a matter of course of the policy, but in addition to the fact that this actually did go into the sewer, so it's an adjustment on the sewer. So, this is, I would say, this is a little bit of a stretch of the 1 in 10 policy. It's really meant to make repairs, which the owner did do. It went on for quite a while because it was an old meter. Obviously, we've been working on a new replacement project for a while, and so this was one of the last customers that tied into the new system. We did see that there was a dial issue with digits. So the information that we were getting was showing us that it was a large leak. So I do think that there's a little bit of culpability on our end of trying to alert the customer in a normally faster fashion than we would have otherwise. But that all those things being said, I do think that it's reasonable to adjust the water bill. I think we'd be establishing a pretty divergent precedent from what we have done in the past to give relief on the sewer portion of a bill when it's entered the sewer system.
So is it your experience that we've never adjusted a sewer bill, and this would be a first if we were to do it?
Yeah, yep, correct.
Do we even have some authority to adjust this? I mean, the 1 in 10 is a policy, right?
It's a policy.
It's established. Is there any appeal process for the sewer?
I mean, this is the appeal process.
Or
The dilemmas we pay London and Waterford.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't just us eating it, this is us having to pay a bill and eating it.
Because, all that went to New London, which we had to pay water for New London, so
We had to pay it.
they don't give us a break on it, and all the other customers have to pay. That's the dilemma, a big portion dilemma with the sewer side.
On the sewer side, 'cause it isn't just unrecovered water that we pump out of the ground, but we've got to pay New London, so it becomes a liability on the part of the water and sewer.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question, sir?
Sure.
Did you report this to the police?
No.
Why don't you come to the podium so we have a record if you don't mind.
I'm just thinking that, you know, this type of a bill that was caused by damage that was done to your property, you know, you should be able to recover that from your insurance company because it was a damage and a cost that was derived from that damage. So that should have been part of a ability to turn it into your insurance company and recoup the money from them.
Absolutely, but the thing is like, we didn't find out the door broken until we heard it, so it's been like, it was a wire running, and when we found out, if the camera is, I have a record of the camera, I will call the police and tell them, look, this guy broke in, but there is no record in the camera, because the camera only 2 or 3 weeks the most, and this been happening for a while. That's why I couldn't even call, what I'm gonna call the police, tell them like, somebody break in, show me the video or show me.
There's a damage to the door which shows it's been broken into.
The door is like, you could open it with the, it's like the door, what do you call it, with a pen or something. You could open it and you go inside and, you know, but I wouldn't think nobody will go in and use the bathroom without even, people usually come, could I use your bathroom? And I let all my customers use the inside. I never use, if you go in there, the bathroom, the outside, you can't even go in. The spider web, you have to go like this to walk inside the bathroom.
I'm just looking for the possibility of you getting some recoup from your insurance company because
They
it was
wouldn't,
done by a criminal act of somebody breaking in to use that facility, whether they, you know, whether you have them on camera.
I don't know if the insurance company will cover such as things, but the thing is like, I don't have no shower, nothing, only wash hand and use the bathroom. That's all I do on my site. So, and if I found out there's a leak from the meter, then I problem will be solved. But the meter, like they put me at, he said, the last customer, they put the new meter, they'll tell you there's a leak. The minute they put the new meter, Chris found out, he told me, yeah, you're right. There's a leak right there. From that side, from that bay, he told me exactly where the place, the leak is happening. If I found out from before, believe me, I will but I mean, there's nothing I could do now. It's all happening. But to cover like $4,000 for the sewer and all that, plus whatever the water is like almost $1,500. That's $5,500. I cannot cover it with just what's going on with the business and everything. The construction cross street of me is killing me too. Sometimes they close the road at night time. I'm open 24 hours. And sometimes they close the road from 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock in the morning. They kill all my business. So my business, the construction cross street of me, they close one lane, they open one lane. So I'm getting killed with this construction. I'm not even complaining about it. Even the state, they told me, wait until it's done, it's going to be beautiful. I'm waiting for them to be done, then it's going to be beautiful site, it's going to be beautiful everything. But with this work construction, it's been going for more than 2 years. It's more than 2 years, and I'm getting hurt big time. And my business is real getting slow. There's no way for me to cover all this expensive, plus whatever I have to pay the taxes, almost $20,000 a year for the town hall. I have to pay the water bill, I have to pay the electricity. If it's gonna happen like that, I'm gonna have to shut down and leave. I'm not gonna be able to operate like that. It's too much bills on me.
I mean, our purview is, I mean, I realize you have all these other expenses, but the issue here is simply, do we have the authority to adjust the sewer bill? And it doesn't appear that we do, that we can adjust the water bill.
That's not true. We have the
That's not
authority.
true?
No, we have the authority. This commission can make a decision. We have policies we're supposed to follow, but as a commission, we can make decisions.
But we never have.
That's not true either. We've never made a decision on something like this, but we've made decisions in the past that were.
I'm speaking specifically.
Well, this right here is commercial property 1, really doesn't fall under 1 and 10. So we've already kind of broken the policy, right?
No, it
Well,
absolutely follows this is absolutely the commercial policy. I'm just bringing it to you
Yeah.
because I can't make the decision.
Yeah, so and then
So
the
you have to
sewer,
make the decision.
hey, we already paid for the sewer. It went to New London, we paid for the sewer. but the commission can make an exception and decide that. But it's one of those things which unfortunately for you, our policy does not, this would be uncharted water for us, we do not give sewer relief on a 1 in 10.
What? I'm sorry.
That's all, but I mean, that's
I'll make a
been our,
If it went into the sewer.
yes, if it went in the sewer, normally,
There's
yes.
been people that have been hooked up to sewer that it didn't, like.
If we can
leaked
prove it
off.
didn't go in the sewer.
And that's
But this was a
crazy.
toilet, and
That's
it-
right.
I'm just wondering, I
Not for
mean, how
commercial
come
accounts.
the water, there is no water fill up and then run down?
Well,
The water never fill up all the way up to fill, the water always all the way at the bottom. And because the flip flop was
Continually going up.
coming down, but there's no water.
Why it's not filling up?
but it went in the sewer, but.
let me ask this, did the adjustment on the water, you paid 1,500 on the
Yeah,
water?
I'm waiting for them to give me the whole final adjustment,
Oh, okay,
and
but-
then I'll make the payment.
Okay, but the water was reduced somewhat, but it wasn't reduced all the way.
No, we haven't, I think Ben has to bring that
He's
water
proposing
to
it to be.
us, for us to decide.
Yeah,
On the
right,
water.
right,
On the
we,
water.
exactly,
No, the water, I guess they already adjusted.
no.
That's what Chris told me. I don't know. He said
He was
just.
mistaken if he told you that. The main reason you're here tonight is to get approval on the 1 in 10 that we did, and possibly to get more leniency than you.
Oh, so the one before wasn't even for the water, because he told me it's all done. All you have to do in front of the commissioner about the sewer bill. That's what I was told.
Well, Ben, let me,
Yeah,
where are we procedurally? Have we done anything with the water yet?
We have not. no.
And that would be done tonight?
Yes,
The
I would
water.
need your permission to make an adjustment on the commercial
And
account.
just so we're clear, that is the application before us.
Correct,
Okay.
yes, yes.
Just the water?
There's
I'll make a
no,
motion.
there's no staff decision that's
Right,
been rendered down
right.
here.
Okay.
And was the water bill based on the old meter?
That's I was gonna ask.
The water was based on, was it based on the old meter? I think it was based on a combination of two, to be frank with you, because there was a meter that was swapped out,
Yeah.
but I can get you more of that information, but,
And he's
we
now,
have an accurate record of how much water went through this account, if that's what you're asking me.
now, the water replacement meter, he was one of the last ones to, was that our doing, or was that lack of being able to get in there?
Yeah, I think it was lack
So
of being
this
able
was
to
one of
get
the
in there.
accounts that we were struggling to get in.
Yeah, I mean, we've never shut anyone off for lack of access to change out a water meter. And that's an established precedent that we had before the commission to do that, so,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm always open 24 hours. I never close my store, never. I'm open 24 hours every day, all
Yeah,
year
I mean,
round.
we're not gonna stop by and like ask you to change your meter out, but we sent you many letters and postcards to do it. But we did it, we went in and did it, and
I always
unfortunately,
look at
like
my-
I said in the
So
beginning
that's
of
what
this
picked it up right away,
discussion.
or that, well, you.
Yeah, it would have picked it up faster, and, you know, unfortunately, it took longer than we'd like it to, and I do feel that the customer is entitled to a water adjustment on a 1 in 10, and that's what I would be coming before you to petition for, but that's it.
So, what is the total bill with the water and the sewer together?
It's,
What number is that? Is that?
yeah, it's
It's a little bit hard to read.
8,000, well,
Almost
so that's post-adjustment, so pre-adjustment, what the bill was $8,043.63. And with the pending adjustment, again, pending, when I bring these before you guys and we have this discussion, I haven't made any decision yet because I can't. And then the post-adjustment, proposed post-adjustment would be $6,486.35.
Right.
Which would be a savings of the account of $1,557.28.
And that would be an adjustment just on the water?
Correct, yes.
So, if we were trying to be generous here and
Let me make
say,
a motion so we can discuss it.
Sure.
okay,
Could I say something before? I mean, is it
Yeah.
possible? I mean, I just, the new bill I got in the mail, which is like for only $500. So I never pay a bill in my life more than $400 or $500 since I opened my business 7-8 years ago.
But you
So
never
what-
had a $400,000 leak.
I know, but the thing is like, if I knew, but the thing is like, If the inside bathroom sometimes has a leak or something, boom, I figure out and fix it right away, and then we have no problem. But the outside bathroom, the problem is we never use it. As I told you, you go inside, you can't even walk. So some, it happened on me, but I feel like, I don't know. I don't know what to say.
I think we understand. So you wanted to make a motion. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's have the motion.
I'll make a motion to adjust the water per the 1 in 10 calculations that you made, but not the sewer, because obviously the water went down the sewer and it's a bill we have to pay.
I'll second that.
Have a second?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just wanted to reiterate, I was just looking up that, commercial insurance might cover the theft, so you should contact your commercial property insurance company, and that may help with the theft.
But that wasn't a theft. They didn't steal nothing.
He stole your water.
Oh, they stole the water.
You can do what you want, sir.
I know.
This is just-
Yeah, it's
It's a
cause,
good-
it's
literally got
cause,
nothing
with the
to do
insurance
with it.
company, it's cause and effect. So, I mean, you'd have to pitch it to your.
It's up to you. Yeah.
Argue with the insurance company, but I think that if you can prove that somebody broke into it, then you should be able to.
I'm gonna
get
prove it though.
reimbursed.
That's the problem. I'm gonna prove it. They can ask me for any evidence. I'm gonna prove it to them. Like if I have no camera evidence, I got on my phone everything happened. I have like 10 cameras outside, but this happened and we didn't find out about it. And then the camera doesn't record more than 2-3 weeks. So I have no evidence. If the insurance gonna ask me for it, like sometimes they hit my bump outside. They told me, okay,
Really a
well,
suggestion to try to help you where, what you do is, of course,
Absolutely.
your own decision, but that's really beyond the purview of.
but as he said, like maybe always there's an exception. I mean, it never happened before, but first time could happen, There's always, I don't know, that's,
Right.
okay.
Okay, so let me ask you this, to try to stay within our policy, and without making an exception that might be considered a precedent in the future, could we credit the entire water side of it, make that zero? So then he would be left only with the sewer bill that would help him a little bit, and it would allow us to stay within our policy and not create a potential precedent in the future for adjusting the sewer. Is that something that we might consider?
I don't think that's staying within our policy though.
Okay.
Precedent.
You'd be set
That would set a
precedent.
precedent of its
That
own.
would, all right, that was my question.
I'm thinking there are some special circumstances here because it was an unauthorized use of the bathroom. And somebody actually broke in and violated the law. And there seems to be a unique,
I think that's way out.
Yeah, I don't think that's got nothing to do with our
That's
commission.
way out of our purview.
I'm not-
Our purview is not whether someone, they could come into your house, Carol, and use your bathroom and leave it open. You could say that. I think our commission is pretty clear cut. I'm prepared to vote on
Me
the
too.
motion as it stands.
I guess I'm saying that what Dan is recommending kind of resonates with me, that there might be some special circumstances here in the situation. I mean, this is first experience where there was actually an illegal act that caused the leak to occur.
And a police report attesting that would be really helpful to help
That's
make
true.
us make a decision like
Yeah.
that.
That's true.
Yep.
I think we have to be careful not to set a precedent that would hurt us down the road, and it seems like it's been consistent all along. And adjusting the water beyond what has been suggested, sounds like that would also violate our procedures and our rules.
I mean, something that we didn't talk about, maybe after the motion's over or during it, or maybe modified is a way to put a payment plan together. I mean, staff traditionally has the authority to generally make pretty generous payment plans, but that could be something we can consider. too.
Yeah, that would talk about.
That's under your purview.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, since we have to decide on the application, if we're gonna allow them to do that, it should be part of the decision.
It would still meet the policy, and the payment plan is a part of the policy.
Yeah,
Right.
correct.
So should we have a payment plan on the table now, or it should be done all at once? Is that-
Well, I think what we can do is, if we decide to, if we decide to approve Roger's motion, we can put along with it that we give staff, I mean, I know it's part of what you do anyway, but since it's out there now, it's not gonna hurt anything to put that in with the motion that we give staff the authority to work out a payment plan with the customer.
Sounds like a good idea. Well, can we amend the motion? Can you amend the motion to reflect
Sure.
that language, that the staff would have authority to work out a payment plan? And we have a second that supports that?
Second.
Okay. All right. Any further discussion on this matter? All in favor with the
Could I
motion?
say something before?
Yeah.
If I don't want to interrupt you. I mean, if the policy is that sewer, you cannot, as you said, you cannot make exception of it. As you said before, maybe like you could take care of the water bill, I'll take care of the sewer. You know, the water, and then I'll take the sewer, 4,000, whatever, I'll make payment on it, I'll give him like big amount, and then I'll make a little bit payment on the rest balance. But at least the water, you know, save me money in the water. This way, I'll pay the sewer, because the sewer, you have to pay to New London. But the water, maybe you could save me money in the water, you know, take it the water bill. As you mentioned, could we take care of the water bill, and then the sewer I'll take care of it? Is that possible, if you cannot do the sewer?
There is a formula that they do have to follow on the 1 in 10 adjustment for the water, and I don't want to suggest monkeying with that formula. I mean, I think again would be likely to be considered a precedent that we would set. But we do have a motion on the floor to help you a little bit with the water bill, and also the opportunity for a payment plan. So I'll call the motion at this time. All in favor of the motion as it's been restated, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Thank you for being here.
One more to leave?
Yeah, you can leave. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Just let me know.
And call them and work out all right. And then we have some other items that did you just for informational purposes, is that right?
Yeah, these are just for informational purposes only, so the commission is apprised of the adjustments that staff does have the authority to approve at staff level.
Why so many?
Billing season.
What's that?
Just because of billing, everybody realize, boom,
Yeah.
thing of leaks.
Yep.
Probably a lot of.
Any irrigation leaks?
A lot of beach
No.
properties.
No, because the policy doesn't allow for me to make adjustments on irrigation.
Well, that was kind of a bad question. Any irrigation leaks that people have come in and asked for?
There is a customer right now that I just heard is looking to try to work out something, but I haven't really had the opportunity to analyze it all that much yet. But yeah, I mean, I would say out of the batch that I approved, it was probably 2/3 that I was able to approve, and then 1/3 I wasn't. There was one that someone was trying to do a 1 in 10 for $100, and it didn't meet the threshold, and I said, frankly, you really want to save this for something a little bit more outside of your normal bill, because obviously, and I feel bad for Mark. I mean, that is a huge bill. It's a good reason that we have the 1 in 10 in place. It doesn't do as much as some people would like it to do, but we try to help customers out too, even if it's like really close. We say like, you're gonna save, the threshold's $150. If you save $150, you could have a $5,000 leak in the future. I mean, do you want to use your 1 in 10 on that? So that's the conversation we have.
These other A through F, there isn't any backup, that's just listing.
Yeah, we're just
okay.
listing addresses. If the commission wanted more
Yeah.
information on them, I could provide
Okay,
it.
no, so there's nothing in the packet I should.
Yeah, no, I'm just, like I
Yep.
said, I'm just full transparency of what we're doing
Sure.
downstairs.
Thank you.
Yep.
Approval of the bills, I think I see a couple of bills. One, two.
Yeah, there's a bill, I believe.
Sorry.
I make a motion to pay Ty and Bond invoice of TS T8,
TB?
TB 1038-153, for $1,985, and approved by staff.
I'll second.
All right, any further discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. All right. We have a memo from Kevin Gervais, which states the month-end reports as of June 16, 2026. It's self-explanatory, but for the water, there was available cash of $6,986,993. Of the current cash balance, $2,144,361 is invested in Connecticut STIF account, and water currently owes $3,477,287 to other funds. Water's brought in 104.25% of its budgeted revenues for the current year. So it's ahead of what was projected.
Yeah.
That's okay. And sewer, available cash in the sewer operation as of June 16th is $362,214. Sewer is currently owed $858,965 from other funds. Sewer has currently brought in 96.94% of its budgeted revenues, which is $3,044,156, and versus $3,140,000 budgeted. Total sewer operating expenses year to date are $2,383,396. That's 75.9% of budgeted expenditures, and there are encumbrances of $199,666.
And I just want to point out a little bit that the sewer account works a little bit different than the water account.
Yeah.
So some of what water owes still owes sewer. So we
Yeah.
expect that still to come in under budget. And when you look at the actuals, sewer is still, I think we still have to do the transfer out of sewer assessment for interfund transfers. I think that's probably the biggest piece right now. Yeah. Yeah, so both are in good shape. It'll be next, might be a little close to say next month, but next month or the month after, we're gonna have like a final reconciliation. You know, water's gonna pay money back for the $3.5 million that it owes to other accounts, and we're gonna settle up, and then you're gonna have a much better picture of how we did over there. But revenues look good, and our expenses are within our budget.
And the details attached if anybody wants to see.
Yep.
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 Okay, very good.
Might throw a graph in. Not yet.
There's no graph in there.
Yeah, you got one.
But you got a graph, he didn't put a graph in, he never.
No, yeah. I'll help him with his. He helps me with the
No pie charts,
spreadsheets. I'll help with the graph.
That's all right, yeah.
I think that's graphing corruption.
We don't need any of that, so. Okay, and the consumer confidence report is attached?
Yeah, so this is our annual report. And we made some changes a few years ago where we made a supplementary report, or a supplemental report, that it kind of didn't transfer well. This is a web-based pamphlet now. We've switched to that exclusively.
Oh, okay.
And we put it on our customers' bills, so it's an easy URL for them to get to. But that being said,
Do you see traffic? Can we see traffic? We can't tell.
of like how many people hit it,
Yeah.
I don't know. We might be able to tell.
Maybe.
Yeah, Mike,
We can.
Mike, if you can hear me. Mike Mines, who does a lot of this IT work for us. He might be able to, because we do put it on the town website.
Curiosity.
Yeah, I could report on that. I'm curious to know that too.
It's a very comprehensive report.
Yeah, we have a good company that we work with that helps us put this together and helps us stay
Yeah.
compliant with changing regulations of how we display our data and things like that.
I have a comment about the sodium.
Yes.
So do we have other data that shows the trend of what's going on with the sodium? Because
We do,
the
yeah.
concern is that the direction is still escalating?
Yeah, I would say that this report, and I purposely said the way that I said that because it's required for us to report the data in this manner. So I can't give you averages per well site because we have to give you the highest detected in the entire distribution system. And well 4 did have a high sodium test that we had this past year. And a lot of that was due to factors that were in our system at the time. We had some wells that were offline, and we had to rely more on well 4 than we traditionally do. We were monitoring fairly closely, and then we did see a spike in the salinity from that well. So the more information that we found through that, which was really trial and error, but and I should also mention that we did stay within our diversion permit. We weren't like over pumping the well or something like that. But we did find during the very dead of summer, August time period, the water levels were very low, and we did see an increase in sodium there. So I do think that there's a linkage between our proximity to the ocean and
I was gonna say, it's brackish.
yeah. So I think we found it, and so that's
Well,
something
where that well is too, is
yeah.
there's a lot of veins right from,
Yep.
there's 2 streams that run right through there down into the ocean too.
Yeah, so there's things there that I want to look into a little bit more, but our average in that well is still about 40 to 45, which has kind of been for quite a while. It was really the first well that I think caused a little bit of excitement over the salinity levels in town, but I don't think it's a systemic issue. I think it's more concentrated at well 4.
What are the other wells running at?
So they range. I mean, like I said, you've got your low. The easier one, if we really want to look at something like that right now, is you flip to the supplemental, and that's really why we tried to do that, was so that this isn't information that is in a reportable format, but it's a kind of a nice to know information. And so you see, well, 1A and 6 has a range of like 25 to 40. The Brybrook area has a range of 20 to 25. The well 4 obviously has a 32 to 80, and well 5 is our lowest. That still comes in around 13.6 to 19, and that's what we've traditionally seen. That well 5's always been the lowest, but
It's the most protected.
yeah, and it's also the most protected. I don't necessarily agree that I see this very strong upward trend in the data. I do think that well 4 and that circumstance where we're running it has a lot to do with it being recorded that way as an anomaly, and I'm not necessarily convinced that's pointing to a large existential problem with that well. But it's something we keep an eye on.
Is there any concern that in the body of the report where you highlight certain things about certain contaminants, that we should talk more about the sodium in terms of individuals who might be, I don't know, low sodium diet or anything like that? I mean, is there, in reading the report, I don't think sodium as a potential issue for any customer was mentioned.
So we put in the data and we follow the rules of the EPA regulations that dictate if there's sodium in the water. We have a disclaimer that says you should consult your physician. So we're not trying to be doctors or medical experts.
Right.
We're trying to report data.
Right.
And if the public sees the data in this report, that is something that they want to consult with their physician. I think they should. But beyond the report, I'm not sure that. I don't think it's this commission's purview to decide whether or not this is a problem for someone or not.
No, I understand
And
that,
so-
but I didn't
So
see anything
I'm trying to report the data.
where it was just highlighted that sodium is an issue. Maybe I
Yeah.
missed that in the report.
Yeah, let me see if,
Well, it gives it in the unregulated substances section.
yeah.
Oh, the
yeah.
data is there, but I'm
Yeah.
talking in terms of the different paragraphs within the report that talked about various issues. There was not anything to caution that you might want to look at the sodium data. You know, I guess is what I'm saying is, should it be just
We could definitely,
highlighted a little bit in some way?
yeah, I could definitely look into that. I believe we traditionally have a disclaimer for it.
Do
But,
we ever sample the water in Dodge Pond?
no,
Because I'll bet you well, Ford's getting,
I'm sure it is.
pulling water out
Yeah.
of that. Dodge Pond's like, what, 400 feet deep? So some crazy
I'm
amount
not
deep.
sure how deep it is, but yeah, I mean, these are things we could. These are things we could do, certainly, if that's something the commission wants me to get information on.
I mean, it says salts and metals and
Yeah.
substance that could be in water. So it is.
It may have changed by the way that the EPA looks at sodium as a regulated substance or not. You know, I don't profess myself to be an expert on how every single data point should be reported, and it does constantly change. But it's something I can look into. This was already accepted by the state of Connecticut as compliant for regulatory purposes, so.
I think the report was well done and
Yeah,
a good,
thank you.
you know, good report. It was more, I just thought maybe it would be helpful to customers to just give a heads up that's a potential issue and let them focus on the data.
Yeah,
You know, then they can make their decision with their doctor or whatever. I'm not,
Yeah, I think, and it's something that I have been told by DPH. I haven't seen it in publications, but I think there is a sort of a rethinking of sodium levels in water, and based on the fact that it's far easier to get a high sodium level from food that we eat than it is from the water that we drink. Just as an example, public health doesn't consider a private well a high limit or anything unless it's over 100 ppm. So I mean, we're nowhere near that. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say I think that there is a little bit of a change in the philosophy there, but I don't think that it's something that the commission should be dictating to people whether or not they should be drinking the water or not. I think they should be looking at the data we're providing and make their own decisions.
I think that's beyond the scope of our.
Yeah,
Me too.
but I could certainly look into it in the future, and if there's some more things I can add, I'll look into doing that.
I like the manganese and iron data.
Yeah, yeah,
Very nice.
that's gotten a lot better. Yeah.
Thank you, Ben.
Yep.
Let's see, discussion and possible action on the Spinnaker contract. 27.
Yeah.
All for us,
Yeah, we don't want them to make faces at us or anything.
There's something I said,
Yeah. I don't know, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is our annual Exodus of Dave and our discussion on the Spinnaker contract. I looked at CPI to make the determination, which unfortunately, because things kind of beyond the local control, CPI is about 5% again, and so that's what I'm proposing to increase the contract by. So that's based on the criteria that we normally use. We look at the CPI index and then we make an adjustment. So the contract is going up by 5% across the board, but there's nothing that's in here that's like outside of that range. I literally took these values and add 5% to them.
How often do we revise this contract? Is this annually?
Annually, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So outside of the 5% adjustment, it's basically the same contract we see every year.
Exactly the same. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. And if there's any, typically Spinnaker will get this once we've made our decision, and then their board will ratify it, or if they really have consternation or things that they want to discuss, we could have them come back and we could work on that too.
You met with them this year too.
Yeah, and we met with them this year. I think they're generally pretty happy with how the operation is going there.
All right, do I hear a
I make a
motion?
motion to approve the proposed FY '27 Spinnaker agreement and the rates as presented and authorized by the Water and Sewer Chairman to sign the agreement, RE maintenance of sewer pump station for FY '27.
I'll second it.
All right, we have a second. Any additional discussion? All satisfied? Call the motion. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We have one abstention. Motion carries. Next is a discussion and possible action regarding a transfer request for the water department. Let's see, we have,
Yeah, so, yeah, it says. So,
sorry.
this is a situation where we did something similar to this last year on the sewer department's account, where we had a skater replacement project, and it was running outside of the fiscal year, so we asked to move operating money, transfer it into a perpetual account, and get your permission to expend that money into the next fiscal year. And so that's what we're looking to do with this money. Water has a utility truck that it's looking to purchase. Typically, it takes 3 to 4 months to purchase a vehicle at this point, so we're going to be moving, or we're proposing anyway, to move capital money that was left over from the operating account of the water department this year that was earmarked for the truck,
Yeah.
and move it into an account so that doesn't create an issue for Kevin when he's trying to close out the fiscal year. And sewer is looking at the same situation. They're looking to purchase a mason dump to replace the one that we have. Manhole covers and frames, and a couple of automatic transfer switches that are needed for, there's actually a couple of sewer sites that don't have automatic transfer switches, so the guys will get an alarm, and they'll run down if it's out of power, and they'll manually transfer it, and Ken probably thinks that's a little silly, so we're gonna try to not do that anymore. Yeah, yeah. I guess the idea was that the generators were too loud, so they didn't want them to run. So we're gonna try to fix that. Yeah, right. So that the windows won't be open. They won't hear them.
You run them separate here?
Yeah. So they're two separate motions, and then you see them at the bottom. The one that is in your packet has a wording problem. Instead of we're not appropriating money, we're actually just transferring money. So I gave you an updated version in your folder. Yeah, so they're identical, other than they say transfer.
But it's not an appropriate, it's just a transfer.
Right, exactly.
So
Yeah.
operating into the capital account.
Yep.
So it transcends the end of the
Yes.
fiscal year.
Yeah, transcends. That's the word I like right there.
Learn that word.
I like that. Yeah.
Okay.
I make a motion to transfer $89,221.40 from the FY '26 Water Department Operating Budget Account 59030 Capital into Water Construction and Capital Account 380000 and create an account titled FY '26 Water New Pickup and Plow to approve the purchase of a new pickup and plow.
Do I hear a second?
Second.
All right, we've talked about this a little bit. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Do we have another motion?
Your turn, Dave.
Motion to transfer $132,000 from FY '26 Sewer Department operating budget account number 59030 capital into sewer construction and capital account 37000000 and create an account titled Sewer Mason Dump Manholes ATS Truck Bed Grinder Pump to approve the purchase of a new Mason dump truck, a utility body for an existing truck, 2 grinder pumps, and 2 automatic transfer switches.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
All right. Any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Chairman's report. You know, I don't have too much tonight, but I would mention the new commuter lot, if it hasn't opened, will shortly be opening down at the 161 I-95 exchange. And they are trying to wrap up the activity on Route 161. They're doing the grinding and repaving and elevating the portion that runs underneath the new bridge. Once that's over, I think the disruptions on 161 will be, that'll be it, and most of the work will be on the sides for the remaining of the project, which is still on schedule to close out end of November. And I hear they're a little bit ahead. So.
They're doing 161 at night.
Pardon me?
They're doing 161 at night.
Yeah, a lot of that night, yep.
Yeah.
And
At night.
it's being done in such a way that it doesn't block the road so that we have to establish 2 fire response services north and south. So it saves us some money. So that's all I have. I think that's relevant to this commission. Staff updates, Water Department monthly report.
So, we're almost identical to our production last year for water. It's really about 30,000 gallons difference, which is, I don't think I've ever seen it that close. So we're right on track. We've gone through our leak list and we've repaired the leaks that our contractor found, and we've alerted customers that had leaks on their end to repair them. So we're through that now. And so we're gearing up for summer. We've been doing our flushing. We're actually, really fortunate. We got about 2.5 inches of rain last night.
Yeah.
So all the streams are topped off right now, and we're going to continue to flush. We flushed. Did we put it in there? I want to say it's over 300 now. I think it was like 339 is this morning.
Well, Mang was
Yeah, we made a lot of progress recently, so we'll have more in the next report. But yeah, we're as of this morning, we flushed from West Main Street to Black Point Four Corners. We've done a lot of like the Roxbury Carriage Hill area, North Brybrook area. We got into Giant's Neck already, got that all done, and we're going to be going into Black Point now. And so it was kind of a look. We were at a point where we said, we can keep going, or if the rain's holding out, which it kind of looks like it is, we can get into Black Point. So that's our goal now, is to get in there. But we'll be in there for a few weeks because that's a pretty extensive area for us. But yeah, downtown got done, so we're actually in good shape for flushing.
With the reduction of some of the sludge in the lines, is that
yeah.
making it more efficient for
Yeah.
flushing?
Yeah, no, that's a great point. I mean, the guys are constantly saying that they're clearing up a lot faster than they used to be.
It's great.
Yeah.
So it's really paid off.
Yeah, exactly. So it's helping us flush faster. We're getting the work done.
Yeah.
Improving the water quality, and we're not using as much water
Right.
to do it. So
It's a win all the way around.
yeah, yes.
Great.
I had 2 quick. One, Mike Mines was listening, so to answer your question, 168 downloads of the consumer report in May and 33.
That's
He
not
texted me, so thanks, Mike, for listening. Thank you, Mike. And the second, I just want to commend the Water and Sewer Department working with Public Works on all the road work we did in the beach areas. So that there's a lot of manholes, a lot of gate valves. It was a good teamwork. They got in there and did all the sewer department now has the manhole cutters, so they reset it. The Public Works Department is heading towards Black Point, Adawan, that whole area, 27, and then the Giants Neck Heights, Giant Neck Beach, 28, and there's just a lot of infrastructure down in those areas for water and sewer, so we're just, they're part of the meetings and discussing, they know what's going on for road work, so it looks really good, and the manholes, I don't think there's a bad manhole in Crescent Beach now.
Yeah.
They all hit perfect, so,
That's great.
yeah. It looks
I've heard a
good.
lot of compliments on the road project
Yeah.
from people, and I think, there was a lot of discussion during the budget season, and I think people are seeing and starting to appreciate the good work and efficient work that Public Works does with the road resurfacing,
Well,
so.
as I said, it works.
job on that,
it works-
Joe. Thank you.
It works hand in hand with water and sewer with
Yeah.
all the infrastructure, and we're
Well,
heading
it's
that
a-
way, so.
No,
um,
we
it's a
have
partnership.
we have some of the best roads. I mean, I'm all over the place. I put 300 miles a day on my truck, on all these little towns and stuff. And I will say,
Yeah.
we have, mile for mile, we have some of the best roads.
No, it's,
But it started with you when you came in,
Right.
because you put a 10-year
Yeah.
look ahead on what we were gonna do. What you do, so many feet a year, right? That was our plan.
Yeah, there's a small portion of people like to hit you on social media what you do, but what we're doing is very cost effective,
Yeah.
and it's very good stewardship for the taxpayers. So,
Good.
thank you.
I want people to hear that and get that message, that you've done a great job with it, and it's long-term thinking, it's the long game that you're playing, and it isn't just, 1 year to try to make something look good. It's a long-term plan, and you've executed it, and I'm very happy about that. I think everybody should be happy about that, so thank you.
I agree.
Okay. Sewer Department monthly report, that's,
Yeah, the sewer department report was pretty similar to, the month previous, which is a good sign. It's a little interesting, and I think it kind of pointed, I'm sure Carol's still nodding her head. We had even more rain than we had in March, but we had less sewer flow.
Yeah, I bet.
So it does lead us to, there's not a direct correlation there, it would seem, but, sometimes, when the rain hits, lags a little bit, like maybe we got it towards the end of the month, and it didn't have as much of an impact yet. I mean, the water tables are starting to drop, because obviously during the March snow melt, you've got a high water table, and then you get precipitation on top of that, so,
Yeah, I was surprised
Yeah,
to see,
yeah.
So we'll just have to.
And we, so like, I don't know how many years it's been now, it's been 2 or 3 years. There used to be a little bit of variability in the data, based on when the station was checked. So, sometimes you'd have an operator got there at 7:15 or something in the morning, and sometimes they'd get there at 9:30. And usually it would wash out in the averages, it would work itself out. But sometimes you could see some monthly anomalies. But we now have a SCADA system that records at a specific time every day. And so the guys obviously still go there and do their station checks, but that data is recorded for us so that it's very consistent. So I have more faith in this data than I've really had in data in the past, so. It's definitely interesting to see, yeah.
When does the moratorium run through?
So-
It was 3 years.
Yeah, we're due to update the Board of Selectmen, and I believe it's in October. Yeah.
We were required.
And so, actually, I mean, it is a good opportunity, I know we talked slightly offline about it, that we're working on delivering the reconciliation of who's been assessed versus who's been connected versus who's still out there. And so we've been, and really Joe's been doing a lot of work on this pretty much exclusively, trying to put all the pieces together to really try to figure out, okay, what is out there that's been assessed. And we've been doing this for a long time. We haven't always been completely consistent in how we did that. And so it takes a lot of fine tuning to really understand, we have individual accounts for like a Gateway Building 1, but Gateway Building 1 wasn't called that when it was assessed. So we have to take someone to look at that and say, okay, that's this. Or, for instance, when we did the original assessments,
they were all done by map and lot and by customer name, which was great, but then the town changed the map and lots, and then we had to reconcile that. There was no system in place to quickly say, okay, this property is now this map and lot, used to be this map and lot. Joe had to create that for the assessor. So we're doing a lot of things in the progress of it, but we're also seeing that there was a lot of things that we needed to do to reconcile, to answer a pretty simple question, right? Like what's out there and what needs to be tied in. It's something that is something that we're working on, and we're going to give that to the consultant and have them help us get to the finish line with it. But we got to give them some clean data to work off of too.
We were talking about the roads a moment ago and the sewer covers fitting nicely. That's really, that's where some of the infiltration into the sewer system comes, right? From the water that,
Yep, absolutely.
and the better that those covers fit, the less infiltration, is that?
Right.
The
Right.
water,
Roger's manholes,
yeah,
and when you do doesn't have watertight manholes, it makes a huge difference.
so that's really important thing that we're doing, the
Yeah.
watertight manhole covers.
Yeah, and so and to get back to the assessments, I think, you know, we're going line by line. I think we're going to have a very comprehensive list.
Right.
You know, we're working with our consultant that's going to help us really put that into a format that I think is going to make everyone feel really comfortable that we have some very strong data to back up what we have left in reserve. So looking forward to sharing that. And we go into the subcommittee first, and you know, we'll review that report and see if there's anything that we want to have added, any scope changes that we want to make at that time. But we're well underway, and I think we're going to make that.
It's going to be
October
fascinating
deadline.
when we get that data. I'm
Yeah,
looking forward
yeah.
to
There's
seeing
going
that.
to be a lot of data that is going to be super helpful for us.
Well, I mean, you know, the better measurement you have, the better controls you can have in you know, prioritizing and strategizing how you control it. So
Yeah.
that's great with
Yep.
the new meters. And so that leads us to the sewer capacity subcommittee. You really touched on that.
Yep.
Before we get there, I got a question for
Yeah.
you. Anything on Rocky Neck, what's going on there, the pump station there?
At Brybrook, you mean?
Yeah, right up the pump station.
Yeah. Actually, just today I got some information that it looks like Park Service is going to be amenable to allowing us to get an easement. So there's a long way to go still in actually getting it granted and things like that. But they're on board with the concept, and so I'm now waiting on some new things that the DEP required of us to put together in a proposal to advocate for it, but and we're going to be pretty close to looking at doing a design, and I want to share that with the commission when we get to that point.
Right.
Yeah, so it's moving.
Here's one other question. One thing leads to another, but you know, it has been a wet season, it seems, a little bit. When did the all wipes start running upstream? When do we start thinking
They
about
kind of have stopped by now, but yeah, it was more in the March time frame.
That's when they run?
They
Yeah,
run early.
yeah, yeah.
Right
Yeah,
now,
they,
this is the time usually they're sitting there.
yeah, they run up, and then, you know, like August, September, October is when they'll start leaving.
They come back down.
Yeah,
So that's
the
when we have to-
juveniles will come out at that point, yeah,
And that's when we have to worry about the levels, and
yeah.
Well, the stream was getting pretty low before this rain too.
so that helps.
Yep.
Did we stop pumping the
We followed the permit, which does allow us to pump, but yeah, we've always followed the permit, so
Yeah.
yes.
yeah, we didn't have to shut it down completely though. right?
No, that permit in the state was always really, I think, helpful in the fact that they worked with us to keep us from having to shut it down. I mean, other locations we do have to shut down, but because of those, you know, again, some of them are registered wells, some of them diversion wells. It's been a good relationship that we've developed with the state and working with fisheries and making sure that they have their needs met too, so.
With
Yeah, it's a good
part of
thing.
the MOA, we're supposed to meet
Yeah.
it was like a month or two ago, we met
Yeah, we just met with
online,
them.
and they seem very happy with it. I mean, they know we're trying, it's a very, good- as you said, very good relationship with them, which is,
We had some
Doesn't
meetings
always
like a
happen
year or two
always.
ago, and I thought,
Yeah,
I recall it, they went very well, and
Yeah.
like as you say, good working relationship, and
I think a big part of it was the fact of all the work did with work with 2A and to tie it in.
Yeah.
Because when it gets to be dry, if we're pumping way up there, it's not right at that location, so that really helps
Yeah.
the threes.
The
And
drawdown, yeah.
so if any of you are interested, I can share you the link, or you can look on USGS's website, or you could just Google USGS Brybrook, and you can see live stream monitoring of that location.
Yeah.
That was something that we did with DEP's cooperation, which is nice for the public to be able to see that data too.
It's very interesting, all the
Yeah.
fish ladders and the whole system up there, how they make it up to the,
Yeah.
I think too now, the new stream flow meters and everything that they can see in real time
yeah.
Yeah.
makes a difference too. I mean,
Yeah.
before it was,
There's a lot more trust now.
Yeah,
They can see it.
yeah.
Trust but verify.
yeah.
That's good. So sewer capacity subcommittee, we touched on that a little bit, and capital project subcommittee,
Yeah,
a little
we're
bit
gonna,
early, start looking at that.
looking to get, so I'll talk about that real briefly. The PFAS proposals
Yeah.
that we put before water and sewer passed, obviously this commission, passed Board of Selectmen, and passed Board of Finance.
Yep.
And I believe it's July 1st is when it's gonna be going out for town meeting. But yeah, once we get through that part, we're starting to put together some of the capital needs for the next several years.
Yep.
We actually had a presentation today on rehabbing Roxbury tank, because that one's gonna need to be recoated in the near future, probably the next couple of years.
That's the one up near the landfill.
Yeah, the transfer station, yeah.
Will that be a similar process to what they did on Route 1?
Yep.
Same idea?
Yep, yeah, they'll be taken down, inside and outside. We're gonna still need to determine if we need to do the inside. There's about $500,000 just to do the outside, so we'll have to weigh if it's better off, doing both at the same time or doing one, and then, usually the inside lasts a lot longer than the outside though.
Was there a problem with the cell phone arrays on the top of the other, on Route 1? Was that an issue, trying to get,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
It was a huge
Yeah, I
problem.
remember that was,
yeah, it was $100,000 to move them.
and we'll face the same problem on this one,
Exactly,
I'm
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, there's no contract revision for the cell phone. I mean,
Yeah, okay.
I was,
It is what it is.
when
We all like our cell
negotiate,
phones.
there will be, but
Yeah.
back 20 years ago, no one thought about cell phones being a thing, so
Yep,
One thing I mentioned,
they are a thing.
I'm trying to set up the CIP and working with Ben the same way the town is, and try to get this commission to approve it, just, you know, how it looks the same, 5-year, 10-year, the whole thing.
yeah.
So, I mean, you're familiar, Ann's familiar,
Yeah.
just so everyone, this commission's aware that the town has a CIP committee, I'm actually on it,
Yeah.
Ann's on it, but I'd like it to set up so it really should mimic what the towns look like.
Right,
Um,
I agree.
And if we can do that, then it's a 10-year plan, and then we always concentrate on the next year, but it is a 10-year plan, 5-year and a 10-year, so we have a lot of projects coming up, and if you start doing it, that's when this commission, oh,
Yeah.
wow, we got a lot of, so.
Well,
you
we
need
should
to
try
see
to
it on a
implement it
newspaper,
this
but
next
should-
budget season.
Yeah, it should look exactly.
Yeah, same
like the
idea.
towns, and then we could post that on the website and stuff like that.
Well, we have the experience from the town budget, so it should be
Yeah, I
much
have all the
easier
stuff
just
do
to,
it. Yeah.
copy that format and then do it the same way. Yep. Anything else? Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Adjourn. Thank you.
Almost an hour, only